this afternoon, and I'm kind of happy to be at the end because I just get to sum up what's already been said. Ellen had asked me to talk to you about the value of cinch, I think because I'm really passionate about the value of Shackley's products. I've recently become interested in the cinch products because I do have several friends and several people in my family who struggle with weight issues. My grandmother died from morbid obesity, and but for me, I have personally been told that Shackley's just too expensive. And you know, Shackley knows, I know that there are other weight loss programs out there. I don't have a clue how much those programs cost because I've never looked at those. I do know that they are not powered by leucine and that they aren't backed by Shackley science and research. That I know for sure. So when people tell me that it's too expensive, my question is, in comparison to what? In comparison to the emotional trauma of chronic illness, in comparison to the exorbitant costs, medical care costs, in comparison to the loss of a limb, which one of our diabetic friends did lose his leg and developed gangrene and passed away. So in comparison to early death and what that does to your family or to your spouse or to your children, or in comparison to those things, to me the cost is like nominal, just nothing, you know. So that is my question. In comparison to what? You know, we talked a little bit about Shackley's great cinch products, and Pam had already alluded to this, but I'm just going to share it with you a little bit. I have the privilege of working with 4- and 5-year-olds on a weekly basis. And so I can say to them, zip your lip, turn on your listening ears, put on your imagination cap, and they'll do all of that. You know, they'll zip their lip, and they'll turn on their ears, and they'll put their little cap on. And so I'm just going to try to describe this to you and paint this picture for you because I know you can't see it. So put on your imagination cap, and let me do that for you. Pam has already talked about, you know, these wonderful Starbucks cups of coffee. Now, you can just imagine your favorite flavor. Mine's just Breve Latte, which is just loaded with fat. That's what I like about it, the fat. But my husband's is caramel macchiato. And next to that is this wonderful, delicious, warm scone. You know, it just mouth-watering. And that has 850 calories, 39 grams of fat. It's only $5.15. Next to that, we get a Big Mac meal. You know, warm. You can just smell that meat cooking, and the buns warm, and the French fries are just what you want. You know, they're salted just right, and your favorite soft drink, whatever that happens to be, diet or otherwise. Calories, 940 calories, 50 grams of fat, only $5.11. Just a few pennies less than that Starbucks snack. But for the cinch shake, it's $2.86. It's got 270 calories and only 3 grams of fat. You know, that's a comparison. And I think that people sometimes, when they tell me that it's too expensive, it's not about being too expensive, it's about where we want to spend our money. That's what I think. So I did bring my little sheet with me because I didn't want to make any mistakes here. I just wanted you to know that if you were not using this great incentive that Shackley has right now, the meal would be only $5.40 if you're using the whole program. It's only $5.40. With the incentive, it's only $3.74 for a whole meal. But not just a meal that's going to feed your body, that's going to keep your blood sugar stable. You're going to have muscle. You're going to be able to retain muscle mass. It's not just any meal. You know, it's not a Big Mac meal. It's a good meal. It's good for you. I think it's a smoking hot deal, and I think we should just all go for it and tell our friends and our families about it. So I did want to share something with you. This is what I'm going to close with, and I'm going to read it. Someone had shared this with me a long while back, but the philosophy of it hasn't changed. It's unwise to pay too much, but it's worse to pay too little. When you pay too much, you lose a little money, and that's all. When you pay too little, you sometimes lose everything, because what you purchased is incapable of doing what it was bought to do. The common law of business balance prohibits paying a little and getting a lot. It can't be done. If your purchase is based on the lowest cost, it is well to add something for the risk that you run. If you do that, you'll have enough to pay for something better. So I just wanted to leave you with the thought that if you're using Cinch, you won't really have to go out and look for something better. And like all of Shackley's products, there's a money-back guarantee. Thank you.